In today's video, we're going to make a decorative S-hook, just like this one. This is the one we're actually going to make, thanks to modern technology. But anyway, we're going to make this S-hook. In our previous videos, we showed you how to do a taper. Now that was a square taper. This is going to be, I guess, a rectangular taper. We're only going to taper it in one plane, not both planes. We're going to taper it this way, and we're going to leave it the same thickness this way. Once we do that, then we're going to take, and in our second video we showed you how to make the pigtail scroll. So we're going to do 2 pigtail scrolls, and then after we do the pigtail scrolls, then we're going to take it and we're going to forge it over the horn of the anvil. We're going to what I call turning it around the horn to make the hooks. Once we do that, then we're going to cover something we hadn't covered yet. We're going to do the twist. Okay? So I hope you enjoy this video. We start off making the taper. We start on the far side of the anvil. A short taper. Now on this taper, I want to keep it the same width in this plane here, but I want to taper it in this plane here. Okay? Now notice I'm only heating up about 2 inches of that stock. I don't need to heat up a whole bunch of that stock. I'm only working with about 2 inches of it. Like I said before, if you get too much of that heated up, it flops around on you. Now we're going to lengthen that taper a little bit. Now you have to remember, when you're going to make this S-hook, you need a pretty decent length of taper there, because not only are you going to put a little pigtail scroll on that, but then you're going to scroll it around. So I always I start with a 10-inch piece of square stock, because right now we've stretched it about 3/4 of an inch. As I do that, I'm working here and I'm moving my piece back and forth. Okay? I'm not working my hammer a whole lot this way. I'm also hitting it a little bit and I'm moving it over here and I'm putting it back to the original taper, or the original thickness this way. Okay? Okay, so what we have now, taking our measurement, if we stretch that 1.25 inches, we went 1.25 inches. It's been so long since I've measured these, I really couldn't tell you because I make most of them just by eye. So we actually want to extend that, stretch that out about 1.25 inches, okay? That's about what I want. If you notice, pretty much the same thickness this way. We've got a nice even taper this way. Okay? Pretty happy with it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the other end. We're going to heat it up, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to taper the other end. Now there's my short taper. Like I said, I stayed in the same thickness in this plane. We've got a nice even taper. Now we're going to go back here. We're going to start hammering back here. We're going to work our way forward. We're going to make our long taper. Now since we stretched the other end 1 1/4 inches, that would make it 11 1/4. So what I'm shooting for now would be 12 1/2. Okay, because I want to taper. I want the length of this taper the same as the other taper. So I'm shooting for a total of 2 1/2 inches of growth, 1 1/4 inches on each side. Again, we've got it the same thickness here. We've got a nice smooth taper. We want to check our length. Now another way of doing this is we can take a piece of soapstone or a Sharpie and we could mark our 12 1/2 on our anvil. Okay? Soapstone, chalk, whatever, and we could put it down there to get our 12 1/2. Now to do it right, you need to mark at 11 1/4 and a mark at 12 1/2. Because when you first got your piece, you're shooting, when you first start, when you get that first taper down, you're looking for 11 1/4. When you turn it around, start on the other side, then you're looking for your 12 1/2. That makes sense to you. I prefer using one of these. I made this from an old carpenter square. Works pretty good for me. I left a little notch here so I can hook it on a piece when I'm measuring. And then this is a hole gauge, and this is a thickness gauge. Now when it's cold, it loses its color, and you see me hammering on it, all I'm doing is taking out some of the hammer marks and truing it up. I'm not fortunate. Okay? So let's take a measurement. Okay, I've got my 12 1/2 now. So what we're going to do next is we're going to do the little pigtail scrolls on each end. But let me explain something to you about why I went this long with the scroll, with the taper. You make a little short taper, when you go to put your pigtail scroll on there and then scroll it for your S-hook, you're going to run out of a nice taper. If you make a nice long taper, you can scroll that, and then you can curl that up, and now during that whole process you've got a nice taper, and it looks better tapered. Okay, so you want a fairly decent length. Total length on that taper from where you started is about 3 3/4 to almost 4 inches. Almost 4 inches. So you want a good length on your tape. We bring it up here, we barely put it over the edge of the anvil, and we hit it, we keep moving it forward. Okay? You see me working around. And I bring it over here, I just tuck it in. There we are. happy with that. So let's switch ends and let's do the other end. With a good heat on that. Now you want both of these to be turned down. So make sure the other one's turned down. Like I said, you start over here at the very edge of the anvil and you keep walking it forward. I never hit the same place twice. Then I bring it around. Notice I'm using glancing blows. Then I want to tuck it in a little bit. And there's the other one. Like I said, you don't want to hit it dead on the corner. You want to be off here. And you want to hit it a rounding blow. You don't want to hit it straight down. You want to hit it a rounding blow right on the edge, just like that. When you turn it back up, you want a rounding blow going this way. Okay? Then when you tuck it under there, and you tap it. You don't whop it. Okay? You're trying to talk it into it. You're trying to persuade it without being overly powerful or aggressive about it. If you try to overpower it, you're going to mess it up. Now when I bring this piece out, I'm going to dip the scroll in the water. Because right now, if I bring it out just like that, and I hit it, I'm going to mash that. So I want to dip that scroll in the quench bucket in water. Then I want to come over here and I'm hitting off the anvil. I'm not hitting on the horn of the anvil. Okay? Starts to go cattywampus on you. Straighten it back out. I'm never actually hitting on the horn. I'm pulling that around. As you can see that, I'm pulling that around. Now I come up here, just like I did before. And I always like mine to curve in a little bit. I don't like a straight curve. I like them to curve in a little bit. So there's one. Like I said, we're not hitting here. We're hitting out here. So we're bringing that around the horn. Bringing it around this way. Okay? We don't want to hit right there because all we're going to do is we're going to forward that and we're going to stretch it out and we're going to mess up our taper. Now we want to heat up about 3 inches when we do these, when we turn these on the anvil or on the horn. We want to heat up about 3 inches because we've got to move that metal around that horn. Okay, I'm going to cool that scroll. Bring it over here, and once again, I'm going to come out here, and I'm going to start it around. Now it's starting to try to roll on me. So I bring it back up here, I come up here, and I pull it around. Notice I'm still not hitting on the horn. I get it to there. I want to try to make these match. Okay, now I want to take this, hook this here, just tap it there. Take a look at them. Put this one here. And there you go. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, well, a silly fool, that's a C, that's not an S. What we're going to do now is we're going to change angles and we're going to twist this around 1.5 times, and that'll make it face the other way, plus it'll give us a decorative swirl or a decorative twist, okay? Now we're going to do our twist. I'm going to let you in on a little bit of a secret here. 1/4 inch and below, you really don't have to heat it up to twist it. Matter of fact, I find it easier not to heat it up because you get a more even twist. So basically what I do is I take it out of the fire and I let it cool a little bit, and then I get my twisting wrench. Now my twisting wrench is just an old monkey wrench that I've welded another piece to, and I forged a nice taper with a little bit of a loop to hang it by. But that's my twisting wrench, and you'll find a lot of these in the blacksmith world. It's nothing new. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to come over here and I want to set that for that piece. Now if you'll notice, I'm right below the pigtail on my vise. So when I put this up here, I want to be right above the pigtail, and I want that tight. Now, I count 1/4 turns. So 6/4 would be 1.5. So I want 6/4. So here we go. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. And the nice thing about doing it cold at 1/4 inch is you don't have to hurry. 4/4, that's 1 whole turn. 5/4. 6/4. Now I want to come back, I want to go a little past, and then I want to come back. Now we take that off. Get our tong, because it's not that cool. Now, we just want to take it, just kind of get it straight both ways. And there we have a real nice decorative hook. Nothing hard. Turned out real nice. Once again, we started with 10 inches of 1/4 inch square bar stock. 10 inches. Makes a nice piece. Doesn't take very long to make it. Now on finish, if you want, you can take that and you can use beeswax, you can use cooking oil. What I normally do these days is I just shoot them with crystal clear enamel. It's just a matter of preference. The enamel goes on there dry. It's not sticky. So I like to shoot them with crystal clear enamel. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. One quick word about the twist. Like I said, 1/4 inch you can do cold, and the nice thing about doing it cold is you don't have to hurry. Now when you get up in the bigger stock, unless you've got really big arms and you're really, really strong, you're going to have to heat them. Okay, but the same basic principles apply. You have to have a wrench to turn it. Okay, and you really need to count the number of turns from where you start. 2 reasons for that. Number one, if you make more than one piece, you can make sure they match. And number two, when you go around, it's always good to have an idea of where you're at. If you don't count, you have no idea. Okay? So the next time you make one, you can say, you know, I turned that last one, I think I turned it 1.5 turns. And I really liked it. Or you can say, I turned it 1.5 turns, and it was either too tight or too loose. If you don't count the number of turns, you don't know what kind of adjustments to make. So that's the basics on twisting, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this evening's video, and we'll see you again next time. Thank you.